What's up, fellas? Class is in session. Coach Dave here, and today we're going to talk about choosing your workout style. All right. And I've narrowed it down to a few because I know most of you are wanting to gain lean muscle. So let's cut to the chase here. I'm going to start with the one I recommend. Okay. I recommend a bodybuilding style of working out. And what that means is you're going to do 5 sets of 10 for each exercise. And you're going to work up to being able to do at least about 5 exercises per body part or per muscle group. Okay, so if you're doing a chest day, you're doing 5 exercises on your chest. It would be like regular bench, incline bench, decline bench. There's 3. Then you're doing some flies, and then you might do some push-ups. Okay, there's 5 exercises. You're doing 5 sets of 10. So that takes a lot of endurance to get up to that point. You need the endurance and the strength of the muscle to get to where you can do 5 sets of each of those, 5 sets of 10 with a moderate to heavy weight. Because remember, we talked about sets and reps. Your 10th rep should be hard to get, right? So it's a good weight to where if you can't get 8 reps, it's too heavy. If you can easily get 10, then it's too light. So getting a good medium in there to where like the 8th, 9th, 10th rep, you might not get the 10th rep, but it's a good heavy weight that you can still control. All right. So bodybuilding style workout is what I recommend for guys trying to gain lean muscle. Now, there is a time and a place to incorporate powerlifting exercises and style of working out. So maybe a couple times a month, you do a powerlifting style workout where you're doing sets of 2, 3, or 6. All right. And you're doing maybe 5 or 6 sets of 3. All right. And you're going heavy weight. If you're only able to do 3 reps or 6 reps, pretty heavy weight. This is going to help your power. It's going to help your strength, obviously. But with bodybuilding, you're getting more volume. Okay. And you're going to sculpt the body better. Powerlifting is strength and power, but it's not going to sculpt as well and not going to get that look that you want, chiseled, well-formed muscles, things like that. So a good little mix there is nice, but powerlifters are going to be more, you're going to put on some size, you're going to put on some strength, just not as much definition, not as much tone. All right, then calisthenics. So you might consider doing some body weight exercises as well, which is completely okay. I do a lot of pull-ups, I do a lot of dips, things like that. I used to be big in doing handstands and muscle ups and all those types of things, which are fantastic. Now, I highly recommend incorporating those into your exercises, especially pull-ups and dips. Now, a good tip on that is to add weight to your dips and your pull-ups. So get a belt with a chain that can hang down, and you can hook a weight in there and put a 25 or a 45 pound plate and do your pull-ups. Because if you're skinny like me, I can do a lot of pull-ups. So adding resistance to that and adding more weight to my pull-ups is going to help gain more size and more strength. Okay, so calisthenics is great. Definitely mix it in there. It's good for the joints, body weight. It's just a fantastic way to be strong and to be able to pull and push and dip your own body weight is a very attractive and good way to exercise. So, kind of incorporating that into your bodybuilding routine, a little bit of calisthenics, fantastic way to go. So a little bit of running, okay? You could be a runner. You could be a cross-country runner, but is that going to help you make the gains? Probably not, right? So what I recommend is sticking to a little bit of running, right? Like a mile. Because if you're decently fast, you can knock a mile out in 6, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, or 10 minutes, right? And you're at a good pace the whole time, and it's good to get that cardio in your, that cardiovascular health and that good. It's good for your heart, all that good stuff. But if you had to choose, I recommend sprinting. Sprinting is going to help you build more lean muscle. Those fast twitch muscles will provide more testosterone to your body and And those fast twitch muscles, they're small, but they man, there's a word I'm looking for, but those small fast twitch muscles, they encourage growth in the muscle. So sprinting is really, really good, especially even for your core. It's going to give you some good abs because you're having to drive the knee. And sprinting is by far the best for whenever trying to gain muscle mass. Okay, and look, walking is great too, but that's more for dropping body fat. But I'm telling you right now, if you walk for an hour a day, you're going to be as shredded as, you're going to be shredded. I did that for a month. I walked 100 miles in a month, basically walked. I did a little bit of running in there too, but man, I was shredded by the end of that month. And so walking is good. It's just more for fat loss. It's not gonna help you as much for the muscle gain aspect. All right, and then CrossFit. CrossFit is gonna be great. It's gonna be more endurance of the muscle, exhausting the muscle. Now you're not gonna get that sculpt like I'm talking about. Now you will see certain CrossFitters that are very sculpted and jacked, but I can almost assure you they're doing more than just CrossFit to do that and getting good contractions. But CrossFit can be a great option for you. Just be careful and ease your way into it so that you don't get hurt. Making sure you're training the glutes and the hip flexors and the core, because all of those things will play into the stability that you have, the flexibility, the strength. All that plays into your core. It all starts with the core. Your body's a chain, remember. So you want to make sure that your hips, your glutes, your core, your hip flexors, all that are stretched out, rolled out, and you're strengthening them so that you can handle those types of workouts. Because if you go in with a deficient muscle and you're doing, all these different CrossFit workouts, you can likely get hurt if your body's not ready for it. All right, so another thing you can add in is resistance bands. So of course there's resistance bands for just different exercises you can do with them. You can do it. I always have resistance bands in my bag, but you can also add it to like your bench press. Wrap it around, bring it under the bench. You can also wrap it around your waist, tie it off, and do it while you're doing pull-ups or dips to add a little bit of extra resistance to your strength training as well. But resistance bands are going to be really, really good along with the calisthenics and adding weight to a belt, because you're getting the small muscles with the resistance bands, and then you are getting the bigger muscle groups by adding weight to the calisthenics, and then you're getting the sculpting with the bodybuilding, you're getting the power with a little bit of adding in the powerlifting, and then of course you still got to get some sprinting in. So what I actually recommend is incorporating a little bit of everything into your routine, because we're not bodybuilders likely in here, you're not a power lifter, you're not all of these things, but if you combine all of them to make one great routine, then you're getting a well-rounded style of exercise that's going to give you endurance, it's going to give you power, it's going to give you strength, it's going to give you all the sculpting that you want and the definition that you want, and you're going to be well-rounded as an athlete and as a human being. So that's what I recommend, guys. You want to work out based on the body that you want. And because you guys, most of you want to gain muscle, you're going to want to use a moderate to heavy weight with a lot of volume. Okay. And you want to exercise the big body parts as well as the really small body parts. Because look, if you're trying to gain muscle and you're in this group, you're likely not going to want to just be doing yoga all the time and running 3, 4, 5 miles. That's not how you want to work out to gain muscle. So hope you learned something here. Drop down in the comments or in the community chat what you're going to incorporate for your workouts. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what's working for you, and if you have any questions about your workouts. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.